The country mourns 21 years after 9/11. Closer to home, mid-Missouri also remembering the lives lost and those who helped in the aftermath of the attacks. And 4 days after Queen Elizabeth's passing, people across the globe joined in saying goodbye as she begins her final journey. This is KOMU 8 News at 5.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Today marks 21 years since a terrorist attack on the World Trade Centers in New York City. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emily Spain. Thanks so much for joining us today. 9/11 memorial ceremonies are happening across mid-Missouri. KOMU 8's Vivian Potter attended 2 earlier today. She joins us now in the studio with a look at those events. Vivian.
Emily, I was there today when the Missouri Military Academy and the City of Columbia hosted its ceremonies. These events are a time for the community to come together and never forget what happened in 2001. 21 years later. In the studio, Vivian Potter, KOMU 8 News.
Americans across the nation held remembrance ceremonies, including at the memorials of the attacks. The National September 11th Memorial and Museum held a moment of silence at Ground Zero to commemorate the exact moment the first plane struck the North Tower. They also read the names of all the victims. Friends and family laid flags and flowers at the memorial. Vice President Kamala Harris attended the event alongside many state and local officials. Ceremonies began at sunrise at the Pentagon with the unveiling of an American flag over the side of the building. Later on, President Joe Biden participated in the ceremonial wreath laying at the memorial. 184 people at the Pentagon were among the nearly 3,000 that tragically died in the attacks. President Biden delivered a speech calling it a day of renewal and resolve.
21 years ago, 21 years, and we still kept our promise. Never forget. We'll keep the memory of all those precious lives stolen from us.
The president also said today is about the future, that we have an obligation, a duty, a responsibility to defend, preserve, and protect our democracy. The First Lady, Jill Biden, marked the 21st anniversary in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. That's the same spot 40 passengers and crew fought back against the hijackers, stopping an attack heading toward Washington, D.C. In her speech, she shared a personal memory, recalling how worried she was about her sister, who worked as a flight attendant. She also talked about how the attacks touched everyone's lives.
9/11 touched us all. It changed us all. But it reminds us that with courage and kindness, we can be a light in that darkness.
The First Lady also said she's reminded about how important it is to deal with extremism of any kind. Matt. Okay, thanks, Matt. The Queen's coffin made its first appearance since Thursday. What the plans are for its journey ahead. Plus, one college is looking to inspire girls to enter a certain career path. Welcome back. Today marks the 4th day since Queen Elizabeth II passed away. Subjects from across the globe and fans of the royal family gathered today to continue to mourn the loss of the Queen. Queen Elizabeth II's coffin began its 6-hour journey from Balmoral Castle to Scotland's capital today. Princess Anne accompanied the procession as thousands of people lined the roads to view the Queen's coffin. It's the first time the coffin will be seen since Thursday. She will rest in the throne from the Palace of Holyrood House until Monday afternoon. Antigua and Barbuda are considering separating from the British monarchy following the Queen's death. The country's prime minister says there will be a referendum to decide whether the country will become a republic. Antigua and Barbuda gained its independence from British rule in 1981, but continued to have the British monarchy as its head of state. The prime minister says this will be the final step for a sovereign nation. After the Russian retreat, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky announced his forces liberated a settlement in Kharkiv today. A Ukrainian flag can be seen flying over the second largest settlement in Ukraine. Over the weekend, President Zelensky said troops have liberated more than 30 settlements in the Kharkiv region. The war in Ukraine has been ongoing now for 7 months. And here's a look at what's happening right now. Russian forces are now in retreat after a successful Ukrainian counteroffensive. Ukrainian troops were able to push back Russian forces in the northeastern part of the country. In response to the retreat, Russian forces caused major blackouts within Kharkiv and Donetsk. Coming up, a new merchant category is going to be added to major credit card companies. Just hanging on. Thanks, Matt. A college in Kentucky hopes to inspire young girls to pursue careers in advanced manufacturing. Bluegrass Community and Technical College hosted an event called Girls Can Too yesterday. The college invited middle and high schoolers from Kentucky to that event. The college has a strong female faculty presence in manufacturing, electrical technology, and robotics.
There is a huge need for this job field right now. So we really want to open up that opportunity to females too, because traditionally this is a male-dominated field, but there's no reason that females can't participate too.
The college wants to host more events in the future for young women with more female speakers. This project is funded by a National Science Foundation grant. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express will add a new merchant category for firearm retailers. This comes after gun control advocates have been pushing the financial industry to do more to help prevent mass shootings. Before the new decision, gun shops were categorized as specialty or durable goods sellers. The card networks say they'll implement the new policy while supporting lawful purchases and protecting consumer privacy.